Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge and welcome back to Wild West Dynasty, although don't get too comfy because I'm afraid we're not going to be here for very long. So we've had two parts to our little look at Wild West Dynasty so far, and it's been fun. I've enjoyed messing around in the game and doing some missions and chatting to some people with some weirdly forced dialogue and generally just being a very lovely cowboy. It's been really good fun. But if you recall, at the end of part 2 of the series, we headed out to some sort of elevator out in the desert and then we kind of got stuck. We turned up there and we went to where the map marker told us to go and there was nobody there. There was nothing to do, there was no button to press, no thing to interact with, so we kind of got a little bit stuck. And I went and had a look online, and looking online, we're supposed to meet an actual person there, but in our game, they weren't there. So I thought, do you know what? Let's do a little reload of the game. Let's see if a reload kind of just, zhuzhes things up a bit and spurs the game into life. So I thought, here we go, let's reload our game and see if this particular person appears. So I reloaded the game and the entire game reset itself and I ended up at the start of the game again, out by our kind of broken wagon with our mum on the floor. And that had already happened once before after I recorded part 1. I loaded the save and it just wasn't there and it threw me into a brand new game, which wasn't really ideal. But you know what? I thought, okay, that's a bit of a nuisance, but I'm going to soldier on. So I redid a few things. I went to help head, went to taxation, I looked for some rocks, and then the game crashed. So I reloaded a save that I'd made in taxation, and that did work. The save did work. But then when I went into the town, the people in the town had no legs or heads. They were just kind of bodies and arms, and if they did have a hat on, the hat was kind of hovering above their torso. I didn't get any footage of that, unfortunately, but it was both funny and disturbing in equal measure. It was very odd. And then the game crashed again. And that was where I drew the line, because the game is very clearly broken. It's just not finished. I don't really think it was ready for release when it came out. And yes, we've had a fun time with it. It's been a lot of fun mucking about, being a lovely cowboy, but I just can't carry on with the series whilst the game is in this completely broken state. I can't just keep restarting the game again and again and redoing the same bits over and over when it crashes, because it just takes too long. It just takes way too long to all that kind of stuff, and there's no guarantee that that particular save that we're playing on will still be there when we come back to it next time. I don't want to do loads of stuff again and then load the game and it go, actually, no, you can go and start all over again. That's just not good. That's not good at all. So for now, we're going to have to park Wild West Dynasty, and then maybe at some point in the future, we'll come back to it. But right now, as it stands, it's just too broken to work with. Maybe if they go away and iron out all the bugs and sort it all out and make it more stable and just make it a little bit more playable and a little bit more sort of safe and secure in the knowledge that when you actually make a save, you can go back to that point in the game. Maybe if they do all that kind of stuff, we will come back to it. But for now, I don't think we should carry on. So I think for the moment, we take our leave of Wild West Dynasty and we ride off into the sunset. Maybe at some point we'll mosey on back into town if they manage to sort the game out. But for now, I think we have to leave it. So there we go. We're going to park Wild West Dynasty. This is kind of the end of our little mini series, I suppose, of it until they can do something about the stability of the game and just, kind of improve it a little bit. So there we go. No more Wild West Dynasty for now. Apologies if you are enjoying it, but it's just too broken to carry on with. Maybe if you really enjoyed this series, keep an eye on the channel and it might well return at some point in the future. I do not know. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. Move out of the way, friend. I'm going to completely ignore you and do some comment moderating. Kung Fu Croquet. Maria, you've broken my heart. There you go, some more flowers that I stored on the back of my pants. Lovely. There we go. As you can see, I'm having the wildest of times. Enormous banana massacre.